Well, here we are back in Mittenrahm. I finally made it back out in the nether, and I've been doing some work which we will see shortly, because we're actually going to go back into the nether first. There we are, sneak peek. A very sneak peek. Anyway. So it's all done in here. There was something I was working on which we may see a brief bit of, but I just couldn't motivate myself to really go ahead with it. So we've got the main buildings now gone up. I think it was partially done on the end of last week's stream. There's a potion. So, the building's obviously done. Did a little bit of decorative work to blend it into the top of into the roof. I think this may have been intended to possibly be some sort of stables, but it wasn't important enough to actually go through with. And I'm not sure if this was on the stream last time, I don't think so. I'm quite pleased with this. It incorporated the little ring that I left behind while I was marking stuff out. So yeah, I'm fairly pleased with how that's all come out. Now, there's a couple of these hanging chains. There's one really big one, and then this one smaller because it was intentionally placed over just a little peak. These are just generally markers. You're supposed to be able to see them from a good distance away, a reasonable distance, about the maximum range, I think. So, like, the idea would be that you would just about get here, and you would be able to see it. So you're like, let's head that way. And then you get close enough to this one, you start to see the other one, and it's like, I see. Now, this arrow is actually marking the direction of the other nether side building that I've done so far since replenishing, recreating the nether. I lost all of the previous building work that was in here, so it wasn't much to speak of, and really needed to be done again with a little bit more cohesion to it. So this is kind of the beginning of that. There are at least half a dozen portals throughout the Empire. Some of them, this one is not connected to the Empire directly. It's the building outside is not built by the Grey Knights, so it's slightly disconnected in that sense. But yeah, I put in a walkway that allows you to get part of the way, but at the moment I'll need to do several more of those in order to be able to actually travel between the two temples without going out of your way. So, from here, you basically find your way through. And we have, this lets you out the back here. And then the staircase itself actually will take you up to some of the floor. Some of the side rooms are accessible, but these ones I purposely left as a double-spaced floor. There was really no point building two separate floors for them. I had no purpose for them. Not sure what to do about that. Can I just knock it out? looks like I can. That's cool. Anyway. So, yeah, this needs to take out one more. This one's actually built into the side. So it's slightly open, but also a lot cleared, so I just decided to skip it and seal it off. I don't really need it. And then this one actually takes you up to the final floor of this part. There's no more above of this actual main building. Just more empty rooms. Yeah, and then this one will take you up further. And so yeah, this is a series of rooms now, basically, that taking and provide a little bit of view of the crater. Like so. I went around and decorated the edges, filled them in so it was less linear. That doesn't work too badly. Some of these connections are very awkward. I think part of the problem is I realised a better way to lay out the towers that if I'd have noticed it straight away, I would have used from the beginning. And once I'd realised it, I didn't want to move the bits I'd already done. So you end up with a mixture, slightly awkward looking mixture. We'll take a look at this on the way out. So yeah, it goes all the way around. And then we get to the other walkway. Obviously almost there. And I think, oh, it looks like we definitely go this way. Oh yeah, this was definitely one of the most awkward parts. But this does bring us up into the underside of the cathedral. And this is where the river flows are sourced. And I think I need to go this way to get out. Look at that, I didn't realise there's a little bit more work to do down here, it seems. I might need to do something about that so it's a little bit more obvious that you need to come this way. So, yeah. So we've seen this on the previous streams, obviously, and did a little bit of extra work, a few more spikes to give it a little bit more of a decorated feel all the way around. I think actually this might not be completed either. There's a few little side spots that could have it done. There's obviously nothing here. Yeah, obviously this side suffers the same problem as could do with an array of spikes. Possibly do with putting a few in a structure block, to be honest. It might make it a little bit quicker. So we've got lava spilling out and obviously down onto the lowest walkway, and we have just some building up for no real reason. And we've got the corner towers where the building checks in. Nothing fancy. Just gets the job done. Obviously not really meant to be looked at from outside from this angle. But yeah, it seems like there's a little bit of tweaking I need to do down below. But other than that, I'm done out here, in there rather. It'd be nice if... Damn it, this is the problem with the portal. I go in facing east and it takes me out facing east and the staircase goes the other way. I might just simply correct that. But yeah, so, I don't know if I've actually shown this on camera yet, but looking at two of my mining platforms, just taking out the structure block, swapped for orange blocks for this one, and then this one was given a much stronger yellowy look. Although I spotted this before, I obviously need to remove... I'm not sure which way around it is. I'm not sure if I meant for the orange to also be an option or whether it was an experiment. I just want it to be done as the rest of it is. But, so most of this building was in place, the floor plan was in place, I just had to build it up and decide where each floor was going to end, which involved rebuilding this piece of roof 3 times, raising it up each time to finally get where I wanted to go. It initially started off with just 3 layers like this, and decided it needed to go up 1 more, and that wasn't enough, so I added on the next 2 to give it an actual proper roof space. And yeah, each time I didn't really realise I had gone wrong and wanted something different until I was actually done, so it was a bit of a pain. And I decided to add on a gatehouse. An odd choice, perhaps. Definitely not sealed off completely, so that's really what makes it odd. It would make more sense to be gated if there was no other way in. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this. It's going to stay, but I need a doorway, and either do this side, just have it come all the way down the side, maybe get rid of this. I don't know. Yeah, I may get rid of this actually, if that's the way. It makes more sense to have that. But this is what I've been doing, and nearly done here actually, because once this is done there's no real other reason. I might wander north from here and investigate the original idea for a road coming in from Lacra and down from Lacra. I think it's all marked out, just links around, but I don't quite see the point, because the Lacra road isn't that far away, so I don't see the point in having a second one. Yeah, because it's not going to be any more direct, it's going to curve all over the place to get to the main road. So yeah, it seems a bit redundant. We'll see. But rambled on long enough, and I shall say adieu.